manners and respect out there, universe, you know, just here giving God thanks same way. You know, this is my first time I could ever do a biography of myself, so to speak. Um, I have a few issues that I would like to, you know, elaborate on really. Um, it's, you know, like so many things going on in society today. We see where young people are now swiftly moving away from traditional values. They are giving up what is morally acceptable for now what is socially acceptable, and that is where the breakdown is going down. Like this internet, it's a good thing, because it's an open door for persons who want to learn. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, it is also a place where this young generation is getting desensitized from reality as to what is taking place out there. Yeah, but first and foremost, just would like to wish my daughter a happy birthday, Daniela Therese Wilson, 2020, the 26th day of April. Today, that is her birthday. Yes, she's actually celebrating her birthday. Daddy love you so much, girl. It's just a pity I cannot come. Couldn't make it. She's in Jamaica, I am in the States, and as we all acknowledge, based on the COVID-19 pandemic, it is a challenge where there's no airplane flowing to and from, so the border of Jamaica is now closed when it comes to accepting flight. So yeah, I can only do video call, but she have a good birthday, or she's having a good birthday. She enjoying herself, like that is my job, to keep her happy, make sure she's happy. Just try to make the best of bad situation, and so far she's doing well. She's doing well in school as well. I owe her that. Like, she have to always be progressive. I spend a lot of time on her happiness. I try to build a relationship with her where if there's any issue she have, she can always come to her dad and say that, this is the situation, I'm not comfortable with this. What do you think about this? And this is something I always tell parents. Even though I am young, but I still find it significant to inform parents that don't raise your child to be the person who can come and support you. Raise your child to able to can take on her days, her days ahead. Raise her to can take on her society. Raise her to can be a woman in her world. And likewise, for fathers who have sons, raise them to can handle their time. Understand? Because at the end of the day, we are just passing through this. We're just passing through this earth. So, We are the parents, they are young, we have to guide them. We have to guide them in a sense that, as I said earlier, they can handle their days when it has arrived. So therefore, I always tell parents that, listen, you have some parents like to look at it as, you know what, my child, when he grow up, he gonna buy me a house. And I mean, this thing happened. You have parents who literally telling their kids that basically they should grow up and come and spend on me, or you are my pension. Yeah, parents have this concept. Some parents, they have this concept that when they raise a child, send a child to a school, give a child food, clothing, a home, some parents act as if they are doing the child a favor. Like, this is not their job. It is your responsibility to take care of your child. Right? So you're not doing that child a favor in the sense where you should thank me. When you grow up in life, you should thank me and you should buy me a house if you have the money. No. It is mandatory that you take care of your child. Right? And that child owes you nothing. I run this by a lot of parents and they get angry and upset and said, no, you're ungrateful. I said, no, listen. You have a child. You give birth to a child. Right? How do you expect without you that child would actually survive? Tell me. How do you expect? It's not possible. When you can go to bed and just boil some tea and soak 2 tough crackers a night and say, alright then, I made this. Baby can't do that. You try that tomorrow, then full up of gas, you have to rush to a doctor. You have to buy Dicam medicine, all kind of thing you have to buy to get rid of gas. So we as parents, we are responsible for our child existence. We are responsible for our child happiness and safety and education. Especially education. Right? I think in Jamaica it's like just 25% of people in Jamaica actually educate. And I think that is the problem. 25% of Jamaicans are educated. So therefore, the value of education that Jamaicans should place upon themselves, it's minimal. It's minimal. And I am going to also say this again. Parents, build a relationship with your child. Build a relationship with your child. Especially for the girl, or for the daughters, should say, they are more sensitive. They seem to mature more early. Parents, if your child come home and said, first, you build a relationship with your child where if anything at all happened unusual in that child's life for that day, like she go to school, she go to church, wherever she go, you should able to gain that credibility in your child life where that child will come to you and said, listen, something happened today, XXXXXY. Remember, they are human being. They're reaching the teenager stage now where they're gonna have emotions. Parents, brace yourself for these moments. Now tell your daughter, say, I got box down if you talk about no man around me. No go so. Because guess what? They are going to find someone else who they can rely on to have that level of conversation. And you don't want that person to be a dead stranger. Trust me. And you have some worthless uncle out there. You have some worthless brother out there. So like I said, mothers, take the time out to build a relationship with your child. It's a good thing. Allow your child to become a reading fanatic. Let your child read a lot. I didn't like to read. I don't like to read. If I should read, eventually, I am just gonna fall asleep. Yeah. So therefore, I For some reason, I don't know. I just never like reading, and I feel the pinch of it, especially doing English language. And as soon as I got a 2 in English language, and sometimes I wonder how, because the master to pass English language is just reading. Once you read a lot, you have nothing to worry about. And reading also improve your vocabulary. For those who don't understand what vocabulary means, it means your knowledge. It means how you speak to people. Me chat patwa. Me chat patwa. You know what I mean? But you should able to it's a difference knowing English and speaking English. It's a difference. And male mostly have these kind of challenges, because when a girl child would get up and read a love novel for the whole day, male don't have time for that. Male want to play a game. Maybe you play your Xbox 360, you play a Nintendo, whatever you play. That is what the male likely to do. So for the fathers who have a boy, inculcate reading in that child's head. Let that child aware that reading is a must, not negotiable. Yeah. No, for the persons who reach a certain age in life and decide that, listen, they think reading is a pass, or they think they cannot improve their vocabulary because they reach a certain point in life. No, that is totally ignorancy. Listen, in life, you have to be able to you have to accept changes. You have to have the ability to change. You have to have the ability to see the reason why you want to change. That's where it starts. So it makes no sense I come to you and said, hey, go back to school. If you don't see the need of going back to school, you're gonna find me a 9. And this dude think, yo, me a pitney. Or the brother I think him and my father. I'm going to talk about going to school. Me have time for that, you understand? A lot of us face these kind of challenges, and that is one of the biggest problems we have in today. We have to be able to accept changes. I go back to even class. I went back to even class because I was lacking of the basic, and it worked for me. I call it mutation. I put myself in a mutation phase where everything is just changing. I am just accepting changes, and before I even say I need to change, I need to know what I am going to change into. Because there is such thing as changing from bad to worse. Don't get it wrong, or don't get it twisted. So I try to mutate my personality, my attitude, and said, listen, I am going to do this because this is the way to go. You understand? If we decided to if the young youth of tomorrow, which is us, especially, and I'm referring mostly to Jamaica, I choose Jamaica because I love Jamaica and I love the culture. And as a young youth growing up, being in Jamaica give me a way of, it teaches me a hope of survival. It teaches me how to have a very strong mindset and a self-devoted mindset. In other words, I don't need nobody to come around me and say, hey, let's do this. I don't need motivation when it comes to success or happiness or, changes. I just know that, listen, this is the way to go. Took a while to accept that and acknowledge that, but I finally got it. And I'm sure if a lot of these young youth or young men can continue on this trajectory mindset or this trajectory life, then trust me. Trust me, Jamaica will curve. Jamaica will curve. It is very naive for us to ignore reality. Somewhere about there, it is gonna come back. It's gonna come back, and sometime when it comes back, I won't say it will be too late, because it will never too late to accept education, but you could reach far. You could reach way ahead. You could reach so far where you don't even realize, like, I don't know, like, you could, instead of you gaining knowledge at a certain age, you could actually give in knowledge. Look at it that way. So wasting time can be a hell. You know, I was a person of such. So I always encourage young people that listen, go out there, make it happen. You know, eliminate procrastination. Procrastination can be a hell of a thing. You tell yourself, you say, alright, 2020, I want to start evening class in a car, boy. I want at least one force CXC, come on, go in a force. So when 2020 come, you know what you're going to say now? John no star. You come like a 2021, me have to go do it in a car, boy. Me don't even have a mood, or me don't have a vibe right enough to do that. So yo, boy, you know, procrastination, virgin, go ahead and make it work. I always contemplate on how a certain specific people always seems to stuck in one field. And not that I am bashing taximan, security guards, but these two set of people who do this job for a living, I rarely see these people advance in life, especially security guards. Yes, I am not looking. I was a security guard back then, so obviously, you know, I used to work at a particular industry as a security guard. I was a security guard twice at two industries. You understand? But all this that I'm telling you, I am saying this for persons can aware that, listen, sometimes you can stuck into a situation and you don't even realize. You don't even realize that you're getting complacent in areas that you should have no level of complacency. You should be able to use that as a stepping stone. Let me tell you why I use security guard. Throughout my lifetime growing up, I know young youth like myself who, you know, we leave high school together, who weren't any bright student. So we just get up and say, boy, you know, we left school and nothing now go on. So, boy, I'm running for the security guard work, you know. And what I realized is that these young men, they never see it where they can go and educate themselves. Like, you know, go to an even class, man. Get maths, get English, get a trade. No, these people get complacent saying that, yo, me a security guard. You understand what I say? Police, but I'm not so bad enough. Because it's only in Jamaica I realize police don't get the value or the respect that they should have gotten. I'm not sure if it's the base on how they deal with situation, but in today's world, police don't get much respect from Jamaicans. I can tell you that. I don't know what is the situation. And some people say the police disrespectful. Police act like them better than people. You know, police have this way of police have this level of egocentrism where they're always right. You know, and they think because they are the authority, they can deal with it anyhow. I am not sure. I have never taken the time out to assess that situation. But what I do know, changes need to be made. Now, back on the security guard thing. This is what I always tell young people who think being a security guard is the way to go. Somebody has to do it. But let that somebody be somebody who wants to move up in life. So you go even class, or you have class on a specific day. So you go security guard work, you get a little pay. You pay for your even class, you pay for your art, whatever, and you go educate yourself. Look at it this way. If X is a security guard for a supermarket, right? Obviously, that supermarket have to has a owner, a manager. Let's focus on the owner. Can you imagine if the owner for that supermarket who employed X as a security guard, can you imagine if he was thinking like that security guard? That security guard would never have a job, because that manager or that owner for that supermarket would always be thinking low, saying that, okay, let me go and ask somebody for a job. Let me go and educate let me not go and educate myself, because I can tell you this, the owner of any supermarket can't be a done said. Can't be a done said. He's not, he or she don't have to necessarily have a college graduate, don't get me wrong, but cannot be a done said. He cannot be a one-track minded person. He's a brave person, and he or she is very disciplined. Alright? This is how it works. So to all security guard, look at it on this perspective. If you get so complacent being a security guard for 10, 15, 20 years, ask yourself, what if the place that I am securing at night, at day, what if the owner should think like me as that security guard? What would happen? What would have happened? You would have out of a job. Gentlemen, ladies, gentlemen, elevate. Alright? I hate to hear when a person gonna tell me that he's a security guard for 10 years. Because I have never seen a security guard own a business place. There's so many obstacles in being a security guard. Security guard can destroy your relationship. Because you'll be working like 12 hours a day. So you leave your house 6 o'clock. You're coming back home like 8 o'clock. Alright? So these are the things I always look at and I'm like, you know what? I cannot look at it that way. And persons deliberately stuck in that mindset, saying that I am employed. No, man. There's much more to life than stand up 12 o'clock at night time, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock at morning time in a fog, a protect man place. Because if you think you are stop gunman from broken at them place, you make a sad mistake. Can tell you that. Yes, it's an honest bread, you know. Respect that. And like I said earlier, somebody has to do it. But let that somebody be the person who using it as a stepping stone. For the taxi man, them, you know. Someone I think I never like with some taxi man. See a lot of taxi man do it. Respect to the taxi man them still. You know what I mean? Because before I used to drive, you know, a taxi to make it work. But this is what I have an issue with. So a taxi man getting PPV on him driver's license. And him walk and him ask everybody who him know about, if him know of anybody where look at taxi way. Want a driver. If him know of anybody who will look at driver for own taxi. And for the next 10, 15 years again, that taxi man a drive people car up on the road. Can't work with you, brother. Can't look up to you. Me can't use you as an idol. You understand what I say? 10, 15 years you a drive taxi for people and you can't own a vehicle all now. If anybody know me, then can tell you this. Any friend with me have, and if them stuck on one level, refuse to take telling. Because like I said before, the Bible says a man never wrong in his own sight. And that is purely factual. So, a man will be going down the wrong path, and all he needs is somebody to say, you know, you go down the wrong path. Approach it that way, you know. That is normal. But my issue is when you going down the wrong path and I am telling you that, listen, there's a better way, you know. And you act as if, you know, you already make life. You know, life is okay. You're gonna be like, I'm a good man. I know my thing. I dep on top of things. You know, dep on top of nothing. You're worthless. You're worthless. You're not supposed to drive a man car or people car for 10 years and you can't buy a vehicle for yourself. You're worthless. Tell her that. Tell her that straight up and down. You're not supposed to be a security guard for 10 years. And that job is your first job. So you never have no pitney for mine. You not pay rent. And you're still in that security job. You're still doing that security guard work. Turn up and watch people grocery in the supermarket every day. Young people argue. No man. Allow somebody else who want a stepping stone to get that job and you elevate. This is how the country build. This is how growth build. You understand what I say? So that's how it thing work. If you're not a progressive person and you're not interested to get instruction on how to be progressive and be a better person, you can't stay in my circle. It's clear as that. And me and I'm a bright boy. But I try to use my knowledge as best as possible. Try my best. Use my knowledge as best as possible. I can tell you this. I look at my boss every day and I say, yo, I don't need to go to UTech or UE to reach the best version of me. He laugh and said, don't say that. College is good. College would be best for me if I was introduced to the seriousness of education. Yes. Because when I was in high school, I was like a lone soldier. When we get homework, me not nobody if you say, you get homework, how this go? Girls, basketball, football. Yes. So, I as soon as I leave high school, I used to work at this electronics store. That was my first job. I mean, like, when I step out of grade 11 at a particular school in Linstead, St. Catherine, I was a sales representative into a electronic and jewelry store. At school, my option was electrical and still is electrical. I am now an electrician, certified electrician. But let me tell you from the essence of this. When I left high school, my first job, what I said earlier, sales representative / electrician. So I sell car stereo, right? I sell speaker, wire, tweeter, anything to do with installing music in your car, right? I fix car radio on my own time at work and I get paid, right? Listening up. So I am getting paid for my job every week, and at the same time I am fixing radio and amplifiers, and I am installing them as well in people's cars. Okay? Now, in that timing, I could have got comfortable and said that, okay, I am good. I am great. I make money. But about me, there's something about me that I always thank God that I have inside me. It's called self-motivations. I self-motivate myself to a point where I have to stop one day and said, I wonder if there's another version of me telling me what to do and how to do it. Because I was working and going back to class with no one else's advice. Nobody advised, nobody has told me that, listen, go back to class. Because I knew that this is not the way of life. I knew that I cannot own a vehicle, right? Buy a piece of land, buy a house, get married, have a child, school my child by working into an electronic store where you're getting below minimum wage. But I was young. So me get like a $5,000 to me enough money that can be justify school, remember, you know. I am still living with mom, dad. Alright? I am not paying rent. I am just contributing. My mom will be like, okay, gas done, we run, go buy gas. Leaving work, mommy said buy 1 5 pound of chicken, buy 1 5 pound of chicken. That's it. I save money. But that was that money. That was a stepping stone. That was a stepping stone. And I still have girlfriend. I still have girlfriend. I was still a rational young man growing up in society. But not everyone needs somebody to come and tap them on the shoulder and said, hey, go back to school. Gentlemen, there's a thing called ambition. And how to gain these knowledge? This is what I have done. Spend some time by yourself and talk to yourself. No make nobody tell you about if a man a pass and hear me talk to me, myself and I go say me mad. You no matter them. Sit down and ask yourself, where do I see myself in 5 years' time? This is the only way you can always catch up on your mistakes. Look at it this way. See yourself as a picture on the wall. Now, visualize this now. If you is a picture on that wall, can you look at that picture? You cannot. People look at that picture and tell you what is going on. So everybody's going to tell you, oh, too many colors there, too many blue, too many black. Put some white down here because you are on that wall. You cannot see what's going on with you. Now the only way you can look at yourself and realize that, okay, she was right. I need more black here. He was correct as well. I need more white here. It's only when you step out of that picture frame and look for yourself. Right? So I use this terminology to explain that when you're growing up in life, sometimes it's very challenging to look at the lifestyle that you are living. You have to be able to spend time with yourself. Spend time with yourself. Sit down by yourself and ask yourself, what am I doing wrong? How can I know that whatever I'm doing is wrong? How can I know if